So far in this module, we've looked at sessions and SQL form factories. So in this lesson, we're going to continue along that discussion and give a simple example with prime numbers. Now, we've looked at the algorithm for prime numbers before, and we're using that as an illustration of business logic or business rules, and we're going to call those business rules from our form, our SQL form factory. So here's the basic code, and we start off with two basic routines. The one is going to be the business rules, or the calculation of whether a number is prime, and the second one's going to be the actual form factory. Now on the top we have the business rules, or the routine that determines whether a number is prime, and this is using just a very simple brute force type algorithm. And the main focus we're going to be covering is the second function called prime form. Now the first thing we have is we default the answer to false, and then we actually build our form. We've called a variable called form, and we use SQL form factory, and the field is going to have a requirement that it takes an integer between 10 and 10,000. So that's our data validation. Now if the form is accepted and it's processed, we then store the value into a session variable. We take it from a form and store it into a session variable, and then pass it to our isPrime routine. And then that isPrime routine returns whether either true or false, depending on whether the answer is true or false, or whether the number is prime or not. So the way this would look in our view is here. We very simply just need to call is or equal to form, and that displays our entire form, our SQL form factory. And then we can take the results back in the session and the answer in the session and display that back to the user. And so now I'm at the form, and I have the option to enter a number. So let's just go ahead and enter a simple number like 12, and we get the results that 12 is it a prime number? And the answer is false. Let's use 13, another small number. We do know this is prime, and we get the appropriate result. Let's try something larger. And here, this is a prime number, and it's less than 10,000. And we can enter another number, a very large number that is obviously not prime, and we get the appropriate result here. So in this lesson, we take a simple illustration of building a form using a SQL form factory. It's not tied at all to any database. We have full validation, and we can verify that the number must be between 10 and 10,000, and we can grab the results from the form, store it into the session, process it through our business logic, and display the results back to the user.